professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a Scantron, pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber die trying. You see the thumbnail. Like, what's the payoff for being effeminate? Like, what do you get out of it? That, not this, but. So, I was listening to, I think, either Sergeant Willie Pete and Bernard Riley. I know FD Signify showed up on Bernard Riley because he's like an intersectional feminist. And Willie SWP was saying something, and he kind of asked that question, like, I don't get what the thing is. And it sparked me to go, I don't get it either. And then on YouTube, they had these commercials, and the commercials are supposed to be manly men kind of advertisements, but the men are doing stuff that's feminine, and it's like, oh, okay, y'all pushing that these men are supposed to be these soft creatures now, and I just don't get it. So, generational thing, whatever. Me being my age, I remember, being raised by single mothers and single mother households, and I remember the boys not taking on mom's female ideology. We didn't think like girls. We didn't think like females. We didn't think like women. We were very comfortable in being boys that was trying to figure out how to be men. But now, it seems like guys have really, effeminate guys have really taken on the mindset and the mentality of a female. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, what do you get from that? Like, and I use Uncle Clifford just because of the character, but I wasn't necessarily talking about like the gay community. But I get into that part too. Like, so a guy's acting effeminate, and if he likes men, he's looking for a manly man, like the kind of man he didn't want to be, and gets upset where guys like, no, I like women, no thank you. You can put on your best award-winning act as a female all you want, but it'll never happen. And they get upset. So does the trans community get upset behind the same thing. So, like, what I don't get it. Now, predominantly, like when it comes to these effeminate men, I see that, it seems like they're trying to get accolades for being like a virtual protector of women through, feminist argument and ideology. And I'm like, but that's not real. So even if you went down that path, what is the payoff to be effeminate, and like, are you going to be taken seriously as a guy who's effeminate and can be the protector of women? I don't think that works well. But that's why I said, it's virtual protection, because as long as you get on internet arguments or conversations about the male-female dynamic, maybe that's like a low-key Instagram view type of thing where, the ladies show up for you or whatever, but I don't get the payoff. One of the things about this also is, effeminate guys want guys to either be more effeminate or understand being effeminate, while at the same time disparaging and disliking guys who are not effeminate and needing those same guys at the same time. I don't get the logic, but that's what keeps happening. So, what's the payoff? Because the guys that people would consider manly, they're not going to kowtow to that ideology whatsoever, because it doesn't make sense. You know, what, and just in a productivity sense, society doesn't really. How does society pay off effeminate men? You know, oh, and how do effeminate men contribute to the maintaining of the society? See, that's where things get tricky because, you know, guys are, I'm not gonna just say they're overly understanding to the female plight to the point that they want men to not take care of rule number one, which is self-preservation. And so it's like, okay, you don't want these guys to take care of themselves, but you want them to take care of everybody else. So what's the payoff if they do that? Do they get do you get a payoff? Do the women go, man, you help pimp the men to death, we're gonna break you off, or or you just happy to see the women get a whole lot of something for nothing? That's the question. Because at the end of the day, men don't look at effeminate men as the kind of people who would actually keep this thing in order. See somebody overly crazy and emotional. Like, I'll leave that part alone because I wanted to say something, but I don't want it to sound like I'm taking a shot at somebody. But let me take it this way. Like, financially, what do you guys get? As far as reputation, how does it better your reputation? As far as parenting, how does it make you a better parent? As far as the life skills a man is gonna need to take care of a family, be a provider and protector, how is is that particular thing gonna help him? Like, how is being effeminate gonna help him? I don't think it will. But, it's just food for thought. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna say it to you.